just so that we have this for anyone who wants to see what they missed and maybe get on live. It's near the end of the month. I don't even have time to check this morning to see. I'm at 4 points, and I'm pretty sure I know 4 points. I wanted to talk a little bit about connecting. I know we really drill that subject home, but I felt like I kind of think that's where the money's at. Not money like real money, but like as the win. That's where we win, when we really connect with people. And so I wanted to see where you guys are struggling with that, but I wanted to share, doing this Jessie training, and I've been getting more likes on my page. Of course, I'm paying for the likes, but I'm wondering, this is what I'm thinking in my head. Why are these people liking my page? Like, it used to be called I'm More Than a Mom. So they had a reason to like it if they were a mom. Now it's called Lee Ratterman, and people are liking it. Like, I'm like, okay, that's weird. Strangers are liking my page. I don't know them. They're not really commenting on anything, but my video came up in their feed and they clicked like to my page. Like, why would they do that? Like, I don't even post on it like 7 times a day. Maybe I post 2 or 3 times a day. But what value am I adding? So that's me, first of all, questioning me, but also thinking like I should be adding more value. So that I need to work on. But the people that are clicking it, they liked something. Was I cute? Was my video funny? Was it, oh, she's fit? Like, why did they click like, right? Like, you got to like something. Did they visit the page and say, oh, look, she's motivating or inspirational? I don't know. So maybe I should ask them, right? Like, I'm thinking, what can I do to figure that out? So there's been 100 new likes in the last 3 weeks since I've been running ads. Maybe, I don't know, maybe there's 2 weeks, whatever. But I'm like, I gotta figure out a way to send a short little message from the like page saying, thanks so much for liking my page. I'm here to motivate and provide support. If you have anything that you're interested in, or, something, a way to just kind of put it into smaller like pieces, like, I care about you because you like my page. What can I do for you? I don't want to friend request them all, but maybe I want to friend request some of them. I don't know. Maybe the ones that are liking my pictures. I don't know. I really haven't figured that out yet, but I do feel that that's what's missing. That is part of what's missing in my business sometimes. And I really take good care of the people I know, being genuine and being there and just checking in on people or just thinking about people randomly. And that to me is valuable because it builds that trust. So I can do it with strangers in person because I can be me in person. Online, I'm like, it's just a flat piece of paper, right? So it's like, it's not, I don't know how to make that work, but I'm going to work on that. So I wanted to see, are any of you right now doing that? Are you connecting with the likes, and how are you engaging with them? Because I think that we can learn from each other if anyone's doing it. So can you raise your hand if you're connecting with the people that are liking your page? Brandy, do you want to, or can you talk on the little? Yeah?
I'm at work.
I know. Okay, real quick.
I wanted to find a way to get the people on my like page over to my personal page because I'm more open and more myself on my personal page. And so what I did, I started a meal prep group, and I promoted that, like kind of like a challenge group, but I just showed people how I meal prep. And I got like 20 people over that way.
Okay.
And then right now, starting next on the 1st of June, I'm doing a 30-day a free booty challenge group. And I have like 20 people. I haven't moved them over to my personal page yet or put them in the group, but I have 20 people that have clicked that they're going, and I have another 15 that so far have said they're interested. So that's one of the things I need to do today is follow up with all of them and get them over in that group.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for doing that. I know you're at work. Okay, so just shake your head if you can't talk, but you do an event from your like page? Yeah. And so, okay, so this is a great idea, and I haven't done this before. An event from your business page, your like page, that you're having this meal prep group, class, whatever, and they can join, click yes if they're going. So once they're going, then you can friend request them, then you can add them to a Facebook group, and then you can get to know them, right? If you spend 5 minutes on each person looking at their page, send them a personal message. I see you have 4 kids. Oh my gosh, that's great. You must be so busy. Meal prep's got to be key. I don't know what you're doing now, but this is surely going to help you. Tell me what you struggle with. Like anything, that's just a quick little blurb, right? You see that they don't have any kids, but they work and they travel and they fly, and you say, oh my gosh, okay, this is going to be challenging. Tell me about your life. And you work for the airline and you're flying and you're in a different city. Like, explain to me how that looks so that they know that you care, that you're taking them into consideration when you do this group. So that is That's going to be huge, Brandy. And I see that once you do this for 3 months or 4 months with your different groups, if you're on the same group over, just keep having a few different ones, like the booty group. Maybe the next one you do is a free 30-day Beachbody On Demand group. Maybe you do a Shakeology group. But if you have those 4 types of groups always running, I think you are going to be able to build these deeper relationships with people. And when I look at people and I wonder what is going in their business, like why they aren't having success, Brandy, I look at the way you are, what you're doing right now. Your posts from your like page and your personal page, they're pretty, they're informative, they're business. A lot of them have action items tied to them. And I'm like, this girl should be rocking the business, right? Like, honestly, I wish I were you. I'm like, I want these posts. I want to just take them. And her pictures are good. I mean, everyone's shaking their head on this call. Like, you've got it going on. But like, if it's not translating into what you want from okay, I'm doing all this work and I'm not getting the results. Well, I think one more key to the formula is time. Okay. How long have you been doing it? 6 weeks? Maybe longer? Like the targeted stuff. Maybe a little longer. But I think now that you put these groups into play, I think that since you're friending them, since you're giving them something to do, that you're going to build these relationships. Like, I feel like the missing piece is this connectivity. You care about them. They're not just a like on your page and you can turn them into a sale. There's this extra piece that's hard, right? Like, you got to get to know them. And that takes time. So for me, that's the thing I love the best about this business, is getting to know the people, is finding the people. So I think that you've got the finding the people piece down. Now you've got to work on that. And it doesn't have to be getting to know them all personally, like when they go to the bathroom or when they poop every day, right? It can just be more about, I see you guys are listening because someone smiled. 2 of you. So it's more just, like that you care about them in some way. So however that's going to be, it can just be on a business level. It doesn't have to be like intimate details of their life. Some people might open up with those, but I think that's going to bring that next level, because it's once you build the trust with these people that they are like, oh wow, she works for this company. She's showing me these results of these people. I want to be one of those people. Or look at her personal success. She feels better doing this. I'm going to give this a try. I've heard about it. So it's education, and then it's an invitation. But I think if the education's there and the invitation's there and there's no connection, the trust isn't there for them to say yes. So I think it's not that you need to work on building trust with people. I just think it's the connection piece. And I think you're on your way with these personal groups to get there. And so I think that's scary to do that. You're like, I can run groups. This is awesome. So you've got that going on. And the connection part might be scary. To me, running the group is scary. So I think everyone has a different scary. Maybe we need to partner up. But again, I can't be the you. I can tell you everything I do, and I'm happy to share how I connect with people, because it is truly just a gift I've had my whole life. It's not something that Beachbody's taught me. I've learned that you need that in this business, and I can share some of what I'm doing. And Danny Johnson, her original training on the forming, I laughed at it the first time I heard about it. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, you teach people to be fake and care about people? I'm like, what is that? That's ridiculous. I literally was like appalled to hear that there was a system to get to know people, because it's just something that was natural to me. But then I realized, years in this business, that people need that, because that's not natural. It is for me, but that is just not natural for a lot of people. So I totally get that. Someone from the iPhone wants to know more about that. I don't know who that is. Like it's Danny. Okay. More about forming? Danny Johnson? That's what you want to know more about?
The Danny Johnson, yeah. I haven't heard that before.
Oh, you've heard of form though, yeah?
I've heard of the forming, yeah, and I've gone on the back office, and I feel like that's something I definitely can do better at. I'm really outgoing in person, and I find that I'm more outgoing behind the scenes. But I find that I'm always like, well, what do I ask next? Do I ask what they do for a living? It always seems weird. It doesn't seem like I'm asking I don't know. It doesn't seem natural to me, I guess, to ask questions. I'm more of like the listener.
Okay. Well, it's hard to know what to listen to if you're not asking the questions. So she has, I'll have to see if I have the audio. I used to have it in a Dropbox or something that I could just share with you. I'll look and see if I can find it. I had her audios that were uploaded. You could just listen to her stuff. I don't think she gives it for free, but I think that I had it on a file somewhere. If not, I'll look for the DVDs. She's good to listen to. you don't have to be 100% her, but just taking 20 or 30 or 40% of how she does it and listening to it over and over teaches you. So I'll look for that. Let me write that down.
Thank you very much. I have listened to one of her podcasts or something like that. So I know a little bit about her, but I haven't heard of that one. So thank you.
Yeah, I forget I'll look for what it's called. And if I have the link, I'll share it. I know it's somewhere. It's old, like 7 years old, but I probably have it somewhere. I don't delete stuff very often. Okay, so I feel like that is a big part of what's missing. So again, for me, these 80 likes that just came in, 100 likes over the last few weeks, I've looked at them. Some of them are friends of friends, which I did not click like friends of friends or show my posts to friends of friends. So I'm like, why are these people liking my stuff? And they might not really know the person either. They might have clicked like on that person's stuff. So I just have to give unconditionally, and then, ask if they're working with the coach, that kind of thing. Just make sure that I'm not taking anyone's customers, because I don't want to do that. And there's only a few of those, but there are some coaches that like my stuff too. And, again, I probably will, if I know they're a coach, not message them. But think about that. Think about connecting with those people that are liking your pages, just to see what they're looking for. Maybe even ask, I'm so flattered, or I'm honored that you like my page. This is what I'm giving, what drew you to me? What can I provide that will help you? What are you looking for? Those kinds of questions. So questions from you guys, because I want to make this, like, I like that those of you that are tuning in can get time with me. So what do you need? What do you want? Anybody? Andy, I think if you're talking, you're muted. There you go.
No, I wasn't talking. I was making a post. But I need 7 success code points. That's what. Can you help me with that?
After I get my 6, I'll help you out. I'm out.
Yeah.
I was going to say, me too. Let's all do it.
Here, I will help you though. What were you saying, Andy?
No, my ad, I actually have like 15 comments, which is good.
That's really good.
So I changed the picture and tried to rearrange the whatever. But I have like 400 likes, or almost 500 likes on it. So I'm going to start messaging those clowns today.
That's always your success. And I know you have to send out 400 messages before you get your 3 people that give you your 6 points.
Yeah.
Or 6? No, you need 7. But yeah, so that will work. It's just a lot of work to get there. So I'm trying to figure out how to make it less work, right? Like, if we, like, I really have to say that I like what Brandy's doing. I like the idea that she's running an event out of her page, and then people are coming to her. And then out of her event, there should be some people that really liked her because she gave good information, and hopefully she can share some of who she is in the group too, like her funniness, her sarcasm, her uniqueness, her beauty in that private group, so that they're like, gosh, I want to be in her next group. Wow, I want to do anything she does. She drinks Shakeology. I want to drink Shakeology. Like, I think that's what we look for, is to help people see that we're real people and that these are the products we like and use, and they want to use them. So again, it takes time. Part of the reason, I think people feel like, oh, he's really successful, is I really care about people. Like, that is my passion, is being with people. Like, I am filled up not by being by myself. I know introverts, my husband's introverted extrovert, so he can be extroverted, but he likes time by himself. That fills him up. I am extrovert, although I'm becoming more introverted in my old age because I have so many kids around. I'm like overly stimulated. I like the quiet seclusion of my house. I used to want to just be around people, so I would just go be around people all the time, and never needed to refuel. But I totally got off track by saying that. I think that pouring into the people builds trust with them. And so when you hear a struggle and you say, I don't know if it's going to work for you, it worked for me, they're like, well, I can give it a try. And you're like, it doesn't cost anything because you can buy it and get your money back. Like, if you've already built the trust with them, they're like, okay, well, yeah, why not? Like, it worked for you. It's worked for people you know. If you think it's a work for me, I'll try it. But I don't think you can just do that with a stranger. They're like, well, what's in it for you? It's always like, you're making money off me. I don't want to buy your stuff. I like you. I like watching you. I don't want to buy your stuff. So I feel like you have to build that trust. And again, I can't teach you like exactly how to do that. But if you be you, okay, this I do know, the people that will trust you will come out. And if you're giving of you, like, these groups are a good way to give. There's got to be other ways to give because not everybody runs groups. But if you can just give information and knowledge and education and advice and personal experience and show that you're real, That's going to go a long way too. And share your story. I feel like I don't do that enough. I have a great story. I have a personal transformation. I have a financial transformation. Beachbody's changed my life. I think the company is amazing. I know the products work. But where do I share that? I blog it. It sits on my blog. I shared my blog post once. It's been written, but I don't even repost. Like I've looked at some people's websites. And again, I have to figure out who I want to be because I don't want to be that person. But I've looked at like Rochelle Griffin. Great. I love her. Businesswoman, very successful Beachbody coach. She is awesome. She wants to do a online web class or training, and she's going to promote it 6 times a day. Well, she's posting other things too, but and I don't want to be that. I don't want to have that much business focus, but maybe that, Shalene, that's what Shalene does. She's going to share who she is, and she's going to push her class because it'll help you. Not because she wants to make money on you, because she's really about helping people. Yes, she's going to make money. She doesn't look at it like that, right? So we have to look at it like what we're giving is going to help people. Even if it's giving it from inspiration, you got to inspire. And yeah, if you just share the same thing over and over again, people are going to have seen it. And they're like, okay, I've seen this. But if you realize the algorithm that only like 10% of the people see what you post, maybe you do have to post it 2 or 3 times a week or twice a day for people to see it. And again, if it's brought in with 10 other posts, it's probably okay. But if it's all you post, yeah, the people are going to go away. So I don't have the answers. I just kind of thought about what it is. What do I need to do? What are the things? So have your like page, post and share on it, and then involve your, put your inspiration. But doing groups, to me, events and having groups out of them, like, gosh, people are going to click going if they're interested in it. And then now it's up to you. You get to say, oh, I'm so excited you want to go to the event. Here's what it's going to do. I need to accept my friend request, and we're going to get you started. We'll pop you into the group, and we're going to start on this day. I mean, it's giving. It's just giving in a little private setting. So just remember not just to give the information, but to give you. So for Brandy, it's easy for you to give the information. It's probably not easy for you to give you. So give you, and you'll get some sales, and maybe not this month, but in 3 months. So I promise you that if you change that, if you can do a little more of that, you're going to see a change. And it might take a little bit of time, but I know that's all people want, is to have that connection. They might not all buy from you, but eventually I think that they'll either start referring people to you. This girl's great. She cares. Like, you got to get in her next group. Like, it'll start to really have a different impact. So just figure out like how you can get a little more of you in there instead of just the facts, because the facts tell, your story sells. Okay. And I'm not trying to sell people, but that's, to me, if you ask me what the missing link is, that's what I'm going to say. And you're getting so much like you're there, but figure out a way that add more you. I mean, I love you. I think they'll all love you. I only love what I know of you, and a lot of it's not even the real you. It's just the little snippets I see. So share more of you. Now, Jen, you share all of you. I know you. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, I'm not bashful.
No. And I need to be, I mean, I sit there and I'm like, when I'm in a funk, I don't have anything to share. Because I'm like, who wants to hear from me? Like, seriously? What do I even share? Like, I already shared a picture of my kid yesterday. What am I supposed to share? Like, I'm working out. Great. You want to see me working out again? Really? Like, it's Hardcore 22. I've shared that the last 3 days. If you really want to hear that I'm talking to myself in my head saying I don't want to work out, because that's what I'm going to share with you. Like, that's the same old, same old. I'm like, it gets boring. So I got to figure that out. Yeah. Jen Kele.
Okay. Just a little thing that I've been kind of doing, and whether or not it's something you'll want to do. But I do get in funks a lot, and it kind of sucks. But I literally, if there's things that are going on in my day, and kind of like I store those things, like write them down, like, okay, this could be really fun, like when I'm in a funk. And I literally have a notebook that I have like little fun things that are happening, that if I've already shared all my randomness for the day, I write it down. And so then when I am in a funk, at least it gives me something to say to people, rather than going, I got nothing because I'm pissy, or I'm, whatever. It's just something that it kind of just, I know Diana Keeler is really good at, she'll take pictures of her kids doing something, and she'll be like, okay, I'll plan that, for whatever day, but she always has them on there. So then she just goes through her pictures, and she'll be like, okay, this happened last week, but people don't know that, and she'll post it and write up a little something about it, how it, watching her daughters play on the iPad together, is there's a moment, but then 5 minutes later they were scratching each other's eyes out. Like she'll think of things to put with those pictures. So it's a good way of, if you're in a funk and you think, okay, I've already shared my workout, I've shared my shake, I've shared, something fun about my kids, and you want something, you can just pull it out of your pictures. Or, even I know in that like page training, Jesse talks about pull up old videos that maybe you got a lot of likes on, post it again. And just because your new followers didn't see it, they probably didn't go through all your videos to see it. Or if you have Time Hop, that's another good app that you can post things on your page that show up from years ago. Like, I just saw one of Liam when he was 6 months old, laying on the floor, and his hair, like, seriously was like this tall. He was like Don King, man. He like had huge ass hair. And so it's fun to post those pictures because I forget that he looked that way. I forget that innocent. Now he's sassy, and it's, you sit there and go, oh, I can't wait for you to say mommy, and now you're like, oh my God, you're talking again. Like, it's just, it's those little things. So yeah,
That's a good tip.
I think you're muted.
Oh, can you hear me? That's a good.
Now I can.
Okay, that's a good tip. And you know what I do? Sometimes I scroll through the pictures and I'm like, they're boring. But I don't think that I think about what to write. Like, I think it's hard to come up with the how I feel part. It's easy to say, look at how cute they are. Look at this. Look at that. It's like, I have to explain to you emotions. Like, oh, I don't even want to think about the emotions. I am just a go do and be with people person, not the want to think about how I feel person. So maybe I need some more of that in me, which I don't know how you get that. You have to do a lot of psychology work and a lot of therapy for that.
Journal.
Oh no, I'm just full of feelings. Yeah, exactly. Journal them, and then just share little pieces of your journal. Like,
You want to see my journal? I started it in January and there's 3 pages written in it. That's the problem.
That's a good thing to write about. Starting something with good intentions and then it just craps out.
Okay, I'll share that today. That's Lee, though.
Lee, I'm the same way, so don't feel bad. I can never talk about my emotions, ever. Like, I don't know how to put them into words. It's just not.
Where's the broom and the rug? That's the easiest way to talk about them, is just sweep them under the rug.
I was listening to something, I forget who it was, but they were like, if it's something, hold on, I have to step out of my car because my kids won't stop. I'm at the beach and they're watching a movie. So if someone had said, like, if it scares you, if you don't want to write about it, that's like your sign right there. Like, you're supposed to talk about that. And it's so hard to do that. Like,
do it. How?
Yeah, I know. I'm okay. Like, I can share my stuff and, that I don't have really a hard time with that, but it's like everything else. Connecting with those people after I struggle with, I think, the most.
Well, let's teach each other. Let's figure out a way. We can have a workshop on it.
No, I don't know how to. I don't know. Something's missing there. There's a disconnect between my story sharing and my people connecting.
Well, I mean, I say that that's my gift. I don't know how to teach it, though. So if anyone wants to help bring out what I do, I'm happy to do whatever I can to share how to do that. I mean, I've done one-on-one talks with people to say, okay, where are you in the conversation? Here's what I would say. And I still have to figure it out. It's not like it's, right here, but I'm happy to share what I can. I mean, again, I'm no expert. It's just something I like, so I'm good at it. Or maybe I like it because I am good at it. I think that's how I'm built. If I'm good at it, I'll like it because I like to be good.
Another thing, too, is use other people's experiences. If you can relate to something, like this morning, we had a conversation with someone feeling like they were, being kind of treated like crap from their friends because they've changed. That's something I can relate to. That's something that Heather can relate to. And so I made a post about it this morning because it's something I've been through, and I kind of use other people's experiences. Sometimes I'm on Facebook and I see somebody post something. I use that as something to post. If I can relate to them, I say, scrolling through Facebook this morning, here it is Monday, and you're seeing all these people complaining about their life. Rather than complain about their life, they don't want to change. So change is, finding yourself as worthy, blah, 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 blah. You can use a post saw a girlfriend of mine posted the other day. She goes, I am so sick of watching these people post all this negative stuff, but nothing changes in their life. Nothing changes about it. All they want to do is complain. And I told her, I said, I posted a little picture on there. I said, so was it 5 minutes of a bad day you've just milked out all day long? You know, is it, you know, just some people do that. And that post went crazy on her page. That's all she said was just that she was so sick of seeing people complain, but then not change.
Yeah, again, it gets to having to think about how does that affect you and how do you want to share that? And I'm like, it's easier just to find a cute picture and put it up. And you know what? That doesn't connect with people. I'll tell you right now, I'm putting stuff out there, and the 5 people that are like on my like page that like me, that are always there rooting me on, are clicking like and talking to me, and everyone else is just like, there she goes. So, but yeah, okay. So I feel like that's something we can work together on, is how are we going to connect with the people? I'd love to hear a report from Brandy how her event goes, because I think that's key, because I feel like there's so much that can go on. However, I think it will be really easy to give them the information and then they go by their wayside. So I think we have to be intentional there of, maybe it's an introduction video that you just do over and over again. It's one video that you get like, okay, here's who I am. Here's what I do. Because you can tell them, like, I'm a Beachbody coach. I love meal prep. So I made this group so that I can help you guys be successful with meals. But, you know, I have these kids and I have this life and I'm really busy, and my goals with Beachbody are this. And I mean, just something so that they know who you are, that you're real. Yeah, I saw your face. It's scary to record that. But think about this. Once you record it once, you can use it again. So that's good. And it doesn't have to be perfect, because are you perfect? You look kind of perfect, but are you perfect? You are perfect? That's a problem. That's probably the biggest.
I'm a perfectionist.
Okay, well.
That's why I won't post something until it's perfect. That's my problem with videos.
Yeah, Patty Perfect doesn't really win a lot of friends, because everyone's like, I can't be like that. I don't want to.
Nobody cares. Nobody wants that person. Because if that's all I do is post perfect stuff, then people are like, well, I can't be perfect. So
get over a little bit of the perfectionism, realize that the vulnerability and the imperfections are what are going to help people. Because I'm the same kind of way. Like, I'm not going to share when it's hard, because I was taught that you're all good. You can, put up your armor and, you're good. You can do this. You're strong. And, sharing your flaws is not strong. And to me, like, I don't want to share when I fail. I don't want to share if it's not pretty, So, yeah, I pee in my pants when I jump up and down. I have to start, maybe that's too much information for most people. But
No, post that.
I did. But you had to watch the video, because I didn't want to. Maybe I can post it more bluntly, but my sister was offended. And then my husband walked down the aisle at Target and said, look, here's your new workout pants. And we were in the diaper aisle. Yes, there will probably be a few people. See, look, you guys are laughing. But yeah, so there's surgery for that, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I feel like when you're not perfect, it's hard to get over that, like, sharing a failure, sharing that you aren't perfect. But I think you can just start with just making a video that's not perfect. You don't have to share that you're not perfect. Just make the video. And like Jen was saying, she liked the video that I made. Well, it was a one-take video. Like, even on my like page, I'm like, I will go live now, because I'm like, whatever, it's a video. No one's going to see it anyway, so I'll make it. If I did a video for the group, I didn't have to record it 6 times. So I'm feeling, I guess, more comfortable in that whatever I say, I can't make it better, because it's going to have other issues with it. So just make one video and let it go. Maybe make 3. If it's going to be something you're going to reuse, I'll let you make 3, especially because you want it to be perfect. But don't make more than 3. You got to take the best of 3. What was I going to say? There was something else I was going to say.
I'm just gonna say that's why the live feature is kind of nice, because like people get you, even though it's scary, it's so scary to like be live, they really get you in all your glory.
Well, and it helps them relate to you, because they know, like, okay, she didn't just record this 20 times. This is who she is, right? Like, you just running out of the car at the beach, like, that's real. I'm like, oh my God, okay, she's committed because she's doing this. Like, she could be out in the water and she's here for this 20 minutes or 30 now, She cares. She put her kids on they're at the beach, for God's sake, and they're on watching a movie. We got to end this call so they can go enjoy the beach. But I do. I feel like people can see who you are, and your true colors show through. And if you're a hot mess, it's okay. You know, you can really, people can still relate. And I guess it's just scary to be vulnerable is really where it's at. So, but vulnerability is what attracts people to us. So they're not, just by doing one video, they're not going to instantly connect. It has to be you sharing you. So the fact that it's scary to do that, you're going to have to do it a bunch of times, Randy. Like, you're going to have to do the one for your group, but then you're going to have to give them snippets of you that aren't perfect so that they can go, oh, hey, she looks perfect. Oh, look, she's really like me. That'll help. Scary things that don't kill you. That's what Tony Horton says to do. Scary things that don't kill you. And I know that making a video that's not perfect is not going to kill you. You're going to be scary and your heart rate may go up, and you could have like palpitations, but you probably won't have a heart attack and die. Probably. Hope not. Don't do that. Okay, other questions? Anyone else? So I'm going to get some Danny Johnson stuff up for Danielle. We're all going to work on our interactions with people. We're going to focus the next 6 days on hitting our Success Club goals, because I know Andy said 7, Danielle said 6 or 7? 7?
I need to be at that 80s concert, so I need 7.
7, and I need 6. You might have to dress me up. I don't do well at that either. That's like not in the realm of what I do.
Wait, what did you say? You don't do well at what?
Dressing up?
Yeah, that's what I'm the best at, so we got you covered.
Look.
Like, see right there, you're set. All you need is a bandana and some really super pink cheeks and blue eyeshadow, and you're good.
Okay, cool. With the pony that's up a little higher. Maybe a crimper. No.
Yes.
I lived in the 80s, man. I went to high school in the 80s. I got it. I don't like it. That's a little scary for you. Usually on those parties, I just show up as me. Yeah. But okay, we'll work on that. If you're at that party, we'll dress up for you. There you go. That's probably a reason to get there.
That's the whole reason I want to get there, is just to dress up. Are you kidding me? I'm bringing the 80s hairstyle back, man. Like, seriously.
I have my feathers, but those are 70s, right? Okay, so we're going to work on that. I think that's a priority, is really connecting with the people to get those points. Andy, you got all these likes on the ad. You got to connect with them. I mean, you can just send them the information, and 400 people you send the information to, you're going to sell 4. But it'd be much better if you connected with 10 and sold 6, right? So work on that a little. It's harder, but it might be a better kind of hard.
Yeah, well, that's been the problem. Is like I'm so lately is so trying to get these successful points. Is that it's like the people that have gotten it. I mean, I've kind of they buy it and then they disappear. I was like reminding somebody the other day that Shakeology was going to come up again, and they're like, well, I'm already going to get it again? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, well, I've only had it like 2 or 3 times. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, I was like, I've only had it 3 times in the last 30 days. How's that going to help you?
Yeah, it's not. Okay. I think that you need to get them in a little, are you running any groups? Can you get them in a group where you talk to them every day? Do they show up? I don't know.
Well, I put people, I don't know, I have people in groups, but it doesn't, I mean, it just seems, and I'm sure all of you guys know that all your groups that you have the same 5 people post every day.
You know that. And you can't make them drink something that's there because you're not there. So all you can do is continue to share your journey, your story, you drinking, and they will join or not join. And again, they turn it off. Hopefully they drink it all up and then want more. But I get it. I'm in the same boat. I mean, people aren't fun.
It's just shocking to me how like
they say they want it, but they don't want it.
Right. I just don't. I'm missing something in the translation. There were people buying it. They seem excited, and then they just like, "Have you done the workout?" Yeah, I've done. I'm like, well, what's going on? So,
well, at least getting the buy-in.
I used to have awesome times.
I just had sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
I just had to post a video in my challenge group because it was like dead quiet. Like nobody, and I mean, at one point everybody was like posting, like everybody, and it was great. And of course it keeps you on track. It keeps everybody else on track and motivated. And then all of a sudden it was like just dead crickets. So yesterday I had to post my like tough love video, and I told them I was struggling, but it was like tough love. Like, okay, I've talked to people one-on-one. You're not drinking it. It wasn't like to anybody. It was just in my challenge group. And I'm like, I know a lot of you have goals you want to hit, and you're not doing it. Like, you're not drinking your shake. You're not working out, so you're not going to hit your goal. And so many people commented, like, in my challenge group that were quiet, and they're like, oh my gosh, like, I need to get more Shakeology, because some of them had stopped drinking it and just expected, I don't know what to happen. It's like a miracle. But it kind of pulled them out. Now, I don't know what's going to happen from there. You know, it's up to them, but it kind of addressed it a little bit more. And I did one on my liked page, too, because I've talked to so many people, and then they're like, oh, this, that, and the other thing. I'm like, guys, like, you got to do something about it. So, I don't know, just an idea. If, like, tough love, but saying I get it because I'm there, I did it too, or I've been there, and then being like, but come on.
Yeah, well, stop telling me you want it and not working on it. Then don't tell me you want it, because you don't really want it if you aren't willing to put in the work. And that's so true, and I thank you for saying that. I think we do need to just tell people it's okay if you're not ready, but when you say you're ready, do something. You know, move, take action.
Something we had the EKO did the Teamsy call last night, and I don't know if everybody was on it. I know a few people were, but something he said really hit me is that what people really want, it's like when they say you inspire me, you do all this, it's like, it's not really that you inspire them, because you do, but it's more so that you're consistent and you're showing up every day, and people strive for consistency. That's what people want most in life. So when I hear that, it brings me back to that statement. And I think of, like, 'cause going back to what you said, Lee, I do the same thing. Like, why does someone want to see me post about my workout again? Like, I feel like it's redundant. But to what he's saying, that's what keep people watching us, is that we're showing up every day and doing what they want to be doing.
I think you're right. And when we have results, and we go back to, look, saw me do it every day, and they're like, oh wow, I just think we're doing that every day. I can do that. Like, that's enough validation for me to say I can share my workout again. I think I just share other things, so it's not just there's my workout, there's my workout. Anybody else have anything that they wanted to add?
About your like page and interacting,
Yeah.
I did have one. Mine's still small, so I only have, like, I think I'm almost at 200. I'm at 199, but because it's so small, I have the advantage of when I see people that I don't know, I directly message them, and one that stands out to me, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but one of them found me through my husband. And my husband is 15 years older than me, so there's that disconnect with a lot of people because there's that age gap. Him and I don't have that, obviously, but I met somebody through him. She's turned out to be one of my closest friends. And it was a conversation of, oh my gosh, how did you find my page? I see that you're friends with my husband. How do you know him? And it's turned into, she's now a coach on my team. I mean, she's a discount coach, but it's turned into, she's my life coach. Like, she's like, I had no clue what or who she was, and she's become a huge part of my life.
Pretty awesome.
So it's cool. I think it's interacting. And one thing Jesse Reagan did say in the training is he wouldn't interact with everybody who likes your page, but pay attention to those that do interact with you on your page, right?
No, that's so true. And I look at, I mean, this is kind of judging too, right? Like, I'll look at the people to kind of say, look at them and say, do they look like somebody who fits my avatar? Because there's a lot of people that have liked my page, and I'm like, why do they like me? Like, I don't think we would connect at all. No, I could be wrong, but until they start interacting with me, I don't have to proactively reach that person if I've had experience knowing that that's probably not going to be, if they're in their 20s and I'm in my late 40s, I don't know that we'll have an instant connection. We could, but, and I don't have to give up on that person and ban them from my page, but, I might not spend as much time trying to connect. Of course, I'll still send the initial message, hey, how are you? And, if they're liking stuff or interacting, try and engage more. But I think there's ways to try and figure that out too. More targeted advertising will help, because right now it's more general. So are you friend requesting everyone, Heather, that likes your page? No, just the ones that are like in your ideal.
I couldn't figure out how to get out of the chat thing because I'm on my phone. Like, I'm stuck. No, I don't friend request everybody, only because I kind of prejudge them. I went through like a week period of time where I think like everybody that liked this is awful. Everybody that liked my page looked like they were like in a game. I'm like, I don't know if that, I don't know. Maybe they would have been great, but I kind of do judge people a little bit. But the people who are commenting on my stuff or liking my stuff, I'll friend request them and just like, hey, thanks so much for liking my page. I really appreciate it. I send them simultaneously, so I'll like friend request them. Now that they don't have the other box and it's just like a message request, I just send it. I don't wait for them to respond. Because I feel like if they have a pending friend request from somebody they don't know, they're not going to, if they see the message first, maybe they're more apt to.
That's how I think of it.
Yeah. So I don't know. And then like people who like my stuff and comment on it. And then, I mean, if I'm like really struggling to get people like to connect with, which is kind of where I'm at right now, I'll go through and like friend request as many people as I can and just send that message and see what happens and connect with them as much as possible. But then I still have that disconnect between engaging with people and turning that over into sharing more with them or getting to know them more. So
yeah, and I mean I have that too. I've made the effort of going to request people that were mutual friends, but then I'm not interacting as much with them. I feel like going back and even just a hey girl or guy like, hey, what's going on? I've been following you, and go back and look kind of what they've been doing and see this is going on. I'm still doing this or living here or enjoying this or kind of a little, not a will you join my next group, more of a connection group.
Last night on the Teamsy call, Eric, the guy that had created it, had said that I forget what it was called, but it was like what you do now, you'll see in 90 days. So like the work you put in now, you'll see in 90 days. And that a lot of new people, like new contacts, are going to take like 5, if you're talking to them, it's going to take like 5 times of just connecting with them to really like get to know them. And then on the sales side of it, like following up 7 to 10 times. So it's just doing it. Like that's what it always comes down to for me. Like it's just doing it.
Yeah, no, that's so true. And those are statistics that I have found to be true. And that's why I feel like a personal conversation, you can build that trust faster because it's interactive. You can get that 5 to 7s right there in 2 to 5 minutes that you talk to 10 minutes that you talk to them. Even if it's an interactive chat on Facebook, it's so much more of a connection than if it's a message outbound and a message inbound and it's a message outbound. I feel like that, to me, it takes forever to really build a connection because it's not like a real-time reaction to what someone's saying. It's I thought about that and here's what I said, and then they're busy and they're like, yeah, whatever, and they, it's not like they had to be present. So I think that he's absolutely right on those numbers, and I know from personal experience that exposures or follow-ups, it takes 7 to 10 on any person, and we don't have to do them all. The good part is that Beachbody, if you get them as a customer, even a free customer, they're getting some exposures that way. If they have their television on or their radio on, they're getting an exposure that way. If they're on Facebook and any of their friends do Beachbody, they're getting it that way. So you might just have to come in once or twice with a question or an invite or follow-up to get them to complete their thought of wanting to take action. But we don't know where they are in the process of that 7 to 10. They could be on number 2. So they might need 5 more. And we might need to provide them all if they don't watch any infomercial television or on Facebook and see their friends' feeds or, you just don't know. So you might be harder for some than others because they haven't had their 5 to 7 already when you do your 8th one and they say that. All the free leads and invite them to join Bodyboard. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like, so does everyone know what Bodyboard is right now? Carl Zeichler, okay, a couple yeses and a couple no's. My chat's covering this up. Carl Zeichler created it like it's like Instagram. It's basically for pictures and people post, and it's coaches usually who are joining, but anyone can join. And then you can like people and follow people. And so if you're providing, Brandy's really good at inspiring pictures and saying, it'll be perfect to just, it is like Instagram. Yeah, it's just a way to fitness focused. So it's for people that are focusing on fitness. They come in and are just going to look and read around and get motivated and follow people. So are they going to find coaches that way? Yeah. But are they going to, if they're your customers, the only thing with that is if you're not providing good value in there, they might find another coach. So I would wonder. I don't know. I haven't been in it. I really don't know what it's like yet. I just feel like right now it's a lot of coaches. But the idea is that if it goes viral and it's just people wanting to get in for fitness, you should be able to find customers too. Just know that, like if you're going to connect with a certain amount of people and other people are going to connect with you. So like know that part about it. I feel like I lose people on Instagram all the time. Like my real customers in my coach office that I've had for years, they leave because they find these fun, cute coaches on Instagram that are inspiring them, that are like the top coaches in our company. So I probably have the same ideas on bodybuilding. Not to say it won't be good, just be one of those fun, inspiring people, and then people will come to you. All my customers in the back office will come to you. So I haven't been able to connect with them. So that's a good point, Brandy. We have all these customers in our coach offices that we've been assigned over the years. How do we connect with them? I can only put so many of them in my newsletter feed because if I dump them all in from years ago, I get all these like feedback that I'm spamming people because they don't know me. So a lot of them I don't connect with. But sending e-cards, Andy just did that. Sending out some messages that way. Just letting them know that you're there. However you can do it. If you go back in and try and just send them a personal email one at a time, like, hey, I didn't know if you know this, but I'm your coach. Here's a few ways you can connect with me. Provide motivation and support and offer free groups if you're ever interested. Something like that maybe. E-cards go straight to their email address. Yes, but do they go to their email or do they go to the spam? I don't know. Probably both. Depends on, who gives their work email address. 1% of the people. 1% of the people, it'll go to their work email. The others, it goes to their Gmail. Does Gmail separate them? Maybe, because you're not a friend of theirs. I don't know. I would do both. It's a lot of time, though. Maybe you can stay a manager to help. Because you can export the list, by the way. So if you don't know how to export your customer list, you can do a report in the coach office, the coach online office of your customers and then customers by date, join date. And if you have more than 1,000, I think it doesn't show on one screen. So just narrow them down. But once you export them, you can take the email names, email addresses, the column and just copy. If you want to do them one at a time, I recommend that. But you could copy them into groups and send, put them in the blind copy. Again, I don't know. I don't recommend that because I see a letter that's not personally addressed to me and I'm like, garbage, But if it's personally addressed to me and I know someone took the time to send it, maybe I'll at least look at it. So again, it's how much time do you want to spend on it? Do you have someone you can help with who can help with that? It is a very repetitive task. But if you can look it back and give some personal data, like, hey, I know you bought a Beachbody product in 2012 and I was assigned your coach. You may or may not know. I'm just checking in, see how you are doing with your fitness goals. I have been here for the last 6 years helping people, so I'm here if you want online motivation or support, connect with me. It's personal that way. They know that you took time to know that they bought this product in 2012. Maybe they reply back, yeah, I've been using Beachbody for the last 4 years and lost 100 pounds. Thank you very much. You're like, oh my God. But that's the part about connecting that you just want them to reply anything so that you can connect with them. And what do you say? That's when you come to the group. Okay, they replied back. What do I say? You don't know what to say. Then we'll help you. Any other questions? I'm going to look at the chat real quick. Email all the free leads and invite them to join bodyboard. Please, I got those questions answered. I haven't tried Team Z yet. That was a question. I know there's quite a few people on our team that have it and like it. I was talking to Jen Kelly today earlier that because I didn't know this, but Teamsy, I thought it was a way to organize your contacts and kind of get in touch with people that you hadn't talked to or that you didn't really remember were even in your contacts, because it basically helps you sort through them and categorize them and then reminds you on when to contact them and what to say based on you can categorize them as a prospect or a customer or whatever you want, new coach, and then there are some canned messages and you can create your own that you can send to them. So this is a Beachbody coach guy or former coach, I don't know, that rest stamp. What is rest stamp? I don't know what that is. Red stamp. I haven't heard of red stamp. Lisa Gratis uses red stamp. It might be a similar contact manager. But basically in Teamsy, there's some samples of how you can, if they're a prospect, what you can say. And you can make your own messages too. The making your own messages seems better to me. Although I do realize that I like to think I'm making it personal. They probably all sound the same. So again, the big thing that we're trying to do is to make contact with people. And then you want to make the contact because that's when you can have a personal connection. And again, this business is a relationship business, it's relationship marketing, and it's really all about connecting with people. The more people that you can really connect with, the more success you're going to have. The deeper the connection, the stronger the bond between the customer, the deeper the trust, and the more they're going to listen to what you say or want to try what you're doing. So that's why us being a product of the product is important. And sharing our struggles, because that's going to help people relate. So think about what you can share. And again, I need a counselor to think about what I can share because I don't like to think about it. So if you're good at that, you can counsel me on that. I like Heather's really good at that.
Brain dump. That's all. Tara Carr said brain dump, and I did it, and it was amazing.
Really? Okay. I don't know how to do that. It sounds like work.
Just 3 to 5 minutes, just write like everything that comes to your head. Oh my God, before I was like crying at the end.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. Like I can't, then I have to write about it. I can't do that. That's
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Knock it off. Oh, come on.
Oh my God, that's going to be a post. I don't want to brain dump. I don't want to work. I'll have to have you sitting there cracking the whip on my back to get me to do that. But I get it. Okay, so I get it. Like what you said before is the stuff that you don't want to do is the stuff that you have to do. Well, yeah, like I don't want to do it. So I'm sure I need to do it. It's just I don't even know how to do it. So I need a counselor for that. Like coach for that. All right, that's what I had for you guys. Anyone else have anything or want to add anything? You can raise your hand. It's unmuted. Thank you. I love seeing you guys. That's why I came back to do these chats, and I'm going to be participating in Thursday evening calls again because my kids' schedules have cleared on Thursday nights now. So it'll be good to see you, those of you that attend that as well. So we're going to try and come up with a good format. You guys get good information and continue to have success. Focus the next week on really connecting and helping because I know that we are looking at successful points, but those happen when we provide value and connect with people. So who are the 3 to 5 people that we're going to help for the rest of the month? Think about that more than who are the points, where are the points coming from. The connection, the people, and the helping part. Maybe it's just someone who needs to have Shakeology in their life, and maybe it's just a knock on their door like, hey, or a tap on their shoulder, or an email to them saying, I really thought of you. I've been doing this. Here's what I like about it, and here's why I thought of you. All they can say is, thanks for thinking of me, but I'm not interested. And that hurts, but again, how badly do you want to help people? How badly do you want to hit your goal? You can handle the hurt because they're not saying never. They're saying not now. Okay? So don't be afraid. I would say be bold and just ask the people that you know. And then there's people in your life that just trust you, that just will do things for you because they'll try it because you're like, listen, I've set up a personal goal to help 5 people this month. I have 3. I want to help 2 more. Are you willing to try this for 30 days? And if you don't like it, you can get your money back. Yeah, you're violating a personal trust relationship, but if you think it's going to help them, then go for it. I mean, who wouldn't tell me, hey, I've been using this face cream and my red spots are going away. You have red spots. Maybe they wouldn't say that, but maybe you could try it and see what it does for you. Would you be willing to try it? And if I cared about them and my face, then I'd probably say, okay. So think about how you can help 3 people and be bold to ask them. And if they're close to you, they'll probably do it because you ask. Okay? But if they're not close to you and you just have to ask, you're going to have to ask like every 10 for every one. If it's a different relationship, think of it like if you need 100 people to get 10, you might need to, if you can normally just on a really close relationship, ask 1 and get 1, or ask 3 and get 1, you might have to ask 30 to get 1 if they're just people who you haven't built any trust with. That's what makes this work really hard. So try and take that number down by building that trust, building that connection. And again, I don't know how exactly everyone's going to do it, but sharing you is going to do it better. Okay? All right. Have a fabulous day. Have a great holiday and Monday off work, and spend time with your families and work hard before then so that you don't even have to think about the 80s party as coming. Only what you're going to wear, not if you're going or not.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Bye.